What's up, everybody? I just burnt the ever-living hell out of my mouth. Took a bite out of this burrito, and my mouth was like, Mordor. Guess who's hanging out by me? Not because he loves me. Charlie? Trying to get something? He only hangs out when he wants. When he wants something. Not because he wants to give me love. How's everyone doing? How are we doing tonight? It's Thursday, December 8th. I have to remind myself of the dates because sometimes days blur together. Watching the Game Awards. Yeah, I got invited to go to those. I declined. Because, well, for many reasons, but one, I don't know what I would do there. Because the Game Awards are like strictly games, right? Watch the awards, I guess. I know, but I don't know shit. I would be such a fraud. And they started at 4 o'clock. Shit. Halsey's performing? Thanks for posting the VOD. Yeah, I want to watch that clip in a little bit. Only watching for Ray and Leslie. Same. What are they presenting again? He looks like goth and hot. Damn, I've never seen or heard this singer. Are you serious? Listen, I don't know who anybody is, and I know who Halsey is. God, the art in games is so cool. I imagine this award show must be almost over. Right? I wasn't planning on watching this, but this is kind of cool. There's almost an hour left. Okay, this is already better than the streamies. They said they were going to try to keep it 2.5 hours. Yeah, right. Some of the people that win have super long speeches. The first acceptance speech was 8 minutes. You're kidding. No. No. What did they talk about? $8 minutes? They had to start playing music. Oh my god. Oh. What's up, Jaina? What are we watching? We tuned into the Game Awards.
I have returned to hell.
Oh, Diablo? That's Will Neff's shit. Wow. That's Will Neff's shit. I wasn't gonna watch the Game Awards, but
wow, Diablo
we can watch a
4
little bit.
and Halsey are just getting started on their collaboration leading up to the launch. More from Diablo and Halsey next year, but wasn't that incredible? Thank you so much, Halsey. All right, now we'd like to
I can't believe Christopher Judge talked for 8
In
minutes.
the category of Best Sports Racing Game, the nominees are F1 22, FIFA 23, NBA 2K23.
I was invited to go to the Game Awards tonight, but I legitimately was like, I won't know any game.
Gran Turismo 7. Congratulations.
I'm like, is Little Nightmares on
Here
there?
are your nominees for Best Multiplayer Game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiversus, Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, and TMNT Shredder's Revenge.
God, I gotta play more games.
And the Game Award goes to Splatoon 3. All right, now the nominees for Best Audio Design.
Just got here. Did you miss anything
Modern
interesting?
Warfare
No, we
2,
just started.
Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Gran
We're just watching a little bit of the
Turismo
Game
7,
Awards,
Horizon Forbidden West.
so I
And
can
this
learn
Game
all the
Award
games
goes
that I
to
need to
God
play.
of War Ragnarok. Having a pretty good night. Here are the nominees for Content Creator of the Year. Carl
Oh,
Jacobs,
Cuties nominated?
Ludwig, Nebelian, Nobru, and QT Cinderella.
QT
And the
Cinderella.
Game Award goes to Ludwig. Congratulations, man. Here are the nominees for Most Anticipated
Hey, why?
Game.
These are so fast.
Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy,
Stop the
Resident
steal.
Evil 4, Starfield, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
He's making
Maybe
up
a
for
fan
time. Yeah, he is.
favorite, but
He
the
is
Game Award goes
blasting
to
through these.
The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
He is going so fast.
Congratulations to all
He
our
barely
winners so
said
far,
Ludwig's
and now
name
it's
before he
time
moved on.
for another world premiere.
Wait, so how come some people go to the stage and give a speech and present an award, and then some are just mentioned in a speed run? I cannot. Yeah, the fact that they just sped past Creator Award. Y'all, I should have gone tonight and accepted the award on behalf of Ludwig. I should have been like, hi, I'm here. Cutie and Lud are there. No, I still would have I still would have accepted it. I would have walked up to the stage and been like, hi, yeah, I am accepting this award on behalf of one of my really good friends, Ludwig. Thank you so much. And he's off to the stage and have a great night, everybody. Thanks again.
Burning Shores will see Aloy pursue a sinister threat in the untamed wilds of Los Angeles, and yes, even the Hollywood sign isn't spared. And now, please welcome the cast of The Last of Us show coming to HBO on
Okay, I'm actually
January
excited.
15th.
I'm actually excited about this. I'm excited. There we go. This is the game I actually played. I actually played this game.
Just real quick, I know that I told you guys this backstage, but just in front of everybody else, I want to let you know we've seen the show and we just love you as Joel and Ellie.
Thank you.
What if he was like, we've
Thank
seen the
you.
show and it sucks
fans.
ass?
Big fan.
So you know we are big fans of you two as well as Joel and Ellie.
So should we do this all together, just like Joel and Ellie?
Love
All
Ashley
at the same
Johnson.
time? Okay.
Okay.
We're here to
present
present the award for Best Action Game.
Many games have action, and these are the ones that truly kick ass.
This kicks ass.
Look at her, look at her in her oversized suit. Both of them.
Best action game.
You guys, I'm actually so excited for Last of Us. I think it's gonna be great.
Viva Chile.
And the Game Award for Best Action Game goes to
Bayonetta 3.
I bet Avali's going crazy. You excited because you can finally share the story with your normie friends? Yes, I tried to get my family to play Last of Us.
All right, this is pretty awesome. On behalf of the development teams at Platinum Games and Nintendo that worked tirelessly on bringing Bayonetta to life for the third time, thank you so very much. It's about noon back in
Man, I
Japan
really wish
tomorrow,
I knew all these
and I'm sure
games.
they're watching right now, so this is for you folks. Congratulations.
I feel like I want to have a gaming boot camp where I
think you
just
all
sit
know
down
this, but
and
no
try.
one does action games and
Try a
over-the-top
lot of these
action
games.
like Platinum Games. And as you saw, they're already hard at work on their next project. So they asked me to say a few words on their
Howdy,
behalf.
Noxic.
With our long history of creating action games, it's a huge honor to be awarded Best Action Game for Bayonetta 3. We're also delighted to have been able to reveal a brand new title for the Game Awards today. We'd like to thank everyone who helped us bring the game to life, and of course, the fans of the series. With the characters just as important as the many players, to the many players as gameplay, we hope you'll keep your eyes peeled for Cereza's next stories. From everyone at Platinum Games, thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations to PG and Nintendo. And next, we have a trio of exciting new game announcements. First, let's head to Japan for a special announcement.
There's a special event category people are using to stream this.
当初から1000年以上にわたる紛争とテクノロジーの乱用により滅亡の危機に瀕している惑星を舞台に
let me,
プレイヤーが英雄的な旅をするプロジェクトを思い描いていました。時空を超え
Again, I didn't mean, I really didn't intend on streaming this because I don't know jack shit about games, but
こんにちは。バンダイナムコオンラインブループロトコルのエグゼクティブプロデューサー下岡総吉です。ザ・ゲームアワーズに参加させていただき、Amazon
But I feel like it's good for me to know
大変嬉しく思います。
like
プレイヤー自身
what's going on.
ファンタジーな冒険を描く主人公となり、オンラインで
Okay, let me change this
協力して
to
楽しめるアクション RPG をぜひ体験してください。この広大で
Thank
美
you
し
for
い
the
世
heads up.
界を来年 PC、PlayStation 5、Xbox シリーズ X、そして S でグローバルに提供できることをとても楽しみにしています。ブループロトコルのファーストルックをお楽しみください。
I just updated that. Sorry, I hope you guys could understand Japanese without the subtitles.
Do you remember what our world was before?
I cannot. I seriously, like, not to sound like a
Before the
dork,
sun
but I'm really just blown away by
Before the war.
games.
Before the darkness.
Like the art and the beauty.
Do you remember? You will.
Billy Nosh was in the background. Yeah, Billy Nosh was getting ready for his Lexus charity stream. This is crazy. I mean, listen. Y'all have to remember that the last time that I really gamed before I picked gaming back up last Christmas was circa 2005. So it was amazing to come back into the world of gaming and be like,
needs you.
whoa. Before the Wii. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. You know, you come in here with this shit. I was 3 in 2005. Y'all love to do this to me. Y'all love to be like, I was a fetus. Will never made you play anything? Not really. I mean, maybe he tried, but I was so busy. So busy. Like, I had like 4 jobs, and it was very hard for me to ever, I don't know. Like, I would have felt like it was hard to justify playing video games when I was like, I have a screenplay to write, I have acting to work on, I have this, I have that. Like, I have to be at work. You were 27 in 2005, so that makes you 90 now.
This ain't working. We should melt it down for ammo.
I think there was also always a part of me that knows I have kind of an obsessive personality.
Loading memory core now.
And I think I thought, like, if I started playing video games, I would just play a lot of video games and would not be productive in the things that I needed to be productive in. I mean, this is crazy.
All right.
All these games are like, I'm a cowboy. Mm-hmm. Alive. What a great song. And I'm wanted.
Coming up, Animal from the Muppets drops by, and Keegan-Michael Key shares a new look at the Super Mario Brothers movie. And still to come, the award for Best Game Direction. Stick around.
Like, I remember when Will got me to play Inside on his phone. It took a lot of coaxing, and then I started playing it. I was like, this literally looks like a movie. This is a game. This looks like it'd be a World War II movie starring Harry Styles. I'm like, where's Harry Styles? Trailers for games always look good. Yeah, I mean, it's the same with movies.
Company of Heroes 3 Console Edition, coming in 2023.
I'm a cowboy. Wanted dead or alive. This is an ad? No. Wait, am I watching an ad? This is just the trailer they shot it. Oh, okay. I was like, that's insane.
The strength of your resolve is the only thing that will grant you another day.
So how many of you in my community in chat right now would consider yourself like a big gamer?
It's relentless. It devours everything. And soon it will take your mind. I have found no meaning to this struggle.
I'm a baby gamer too.
But when the end comes for you,
No. Big gamer, I mean like you fucking love video games. Like when you get home from work, or maybe you stay in on the weekend and you're gaming. Like you love watching. I guess that'd be different. Watching people play video games isn't necessarily like a requirement of being a big gamer.
The season
Okay,
of
now this is
eating
just
when
straight up
all
ads.
through the land, not a fall guy was stirring, not even a...
Oh wait, no.
Whether
I
the beans had
literally
been naughty
cannot
or
tell. I'm
nice,
like, I know
there
this
were
is a game.
presents on offer in the snow and the ice. In store for all, a ski costume for free. And new slippy dive slides to tackle with glee. Those resourceful enough to
Heckin'
complete
love
gift grab
video
stumble forth as
games.
a nutcracker, thus looking fab. For 'tis the season for fun and frolics for all. Even SpongeBob has answered the call. So this holiday season, celebrate in style. Curl up
You
by
watch,
the
see
fire
that
and
is
play
a couple of
Fall
you who
Guys
said that you
for a
watch
while.
people play games more than you play them is
He's the
so
voice of Toad in the
interesting.
upcoming Super
I would think
Mario
it's the
Brothers
opposite
movie.
way around.
Please welcome Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, because of Mario. Where's Chris Pratt?
What's happening, Game Awards?
I don't know. I feel like if I was watching someone play a game and I were a big gamer, I'd be like, fuck it, I just need to go game.
Yes. Okay, now, all right, there is something that I would like to address. And if you guessed that it is, well, something about
Chris Pratt's accent?
Toad's head, you would be right. Because I see a lot of people online saying that it's a hat, and you know what? It's not a hat, it's a cap. You see, because the cap is that top part of the mushroom that houses the spores and everything. And also, a cap is another word for hat.
Okay,
I
but
see
when
how
are you
that-
going to
okay, I
address
just
Chris Pratt?
Right now, saw how that could be confusing.
We don't give a shit about the cap.
Well, okay, whether you call it a cap or a hat or a capat, I'm good with all of it because it's just part of Toad's awesomeness. So now please enjoy this clip of a few of our capped and hatted friends in a sneak preview of their super awesome journey.
What's up, me?
Everybody coming through. Got a big adventure happening right now. Just clear a path for us. If I could just...
Here you go.
Excuse me. Excuse me, everybody. Coming through. This guy's brother is going to die imminently. Out of the way, please. Just trying to clear a path. That's all I'm doing. He's gonna be fine. Chantrell.
What if Chris Pratt was the one that they got and he stepped out on stage and everyone just started booing?
You just have to blow into it. And up we go.
Wait up.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Whoa. Okay, so these bricks are just floating here.
Just pop in this pipe and we're on our way.
I'm gonna go
The only
get
way to
some
fly, man.
candy, some licorice.
Oh wow, love these pipes.
Here we are. Palace doors. Big bang boom. Come on. Woo!
That looks absolutely so amazing. Can't wait.
Let's play! Let's play! Let's play!
Yes.
Oh my God, I
like the
forgot
energy.
Chris
As you
Pratt's the
can
new
see, I'm now
Garfield.
joined by Animal from the upcoming Muppets
Embarrassing.
Mayhem. Say hi, Animal.
Hi, Anama! Playtime! 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 Playtime!
We are at the Game Awards. I love this
That outfit
enthusiasm,
looks like
Animal. So I have
Will's
to
in A
ask,
Christmas
what
Carol.
do you want to play? Do you have a certain game or?
Tarnished!
Elden Ring? Is that what you're
Yeah,
trying to say?
yeah.
I didn't imagine you being a Soulsborne player.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite boss in Elden Ring?
Millennia. Yeah, millennia. Animal love millennia.
You're still thinking about it. She's pretty tough in the game. Well, now that I know you're such a big game fan, have you ever thought about kind of appearing in your own game or having an animal game?
Oh, yeah. Kojima! Kojima! Where Kojima?
I don't know if Mr. Kojima's going to be into that or not, but you never know.
Animal can hide in box.
Yeah, I guess you could. We'll talk to Hideo at the after party, see what we can make happen. But all right.
No
what
wonder
if that
this
didn't
show
work
is
out
so
and so you had
long.
to make your own game? What would you call it?
They have so many side segments.
Crossing.
I love
think
Animal,
that one's
though.
taken. The Nintendo lawyers might have some issues with that. But anyways, Animal, it's great to have you here at the Game Awards. Should we maybe give out an award now? What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah. Music! Music!
Okay, Animal has spoken. Let's check out the nominees for Best Score and Music.
Roll it!
Oh, hell yeah.
Best score and music.
This is actually the best bit all night. No, it was great. But I'm like, I get why this show is long. I just want to watch Ray and Leslie present an award, and then I'm good. Pitching Hassan for the best real news streamer? Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Wins! Open! Open!
Okay, Animal, okay. And the Game Award for Best Score and Music goes to God of War Ragnarok.
I cheer like I've been playing that game. I'm like,
God of War!
woo!
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Wow, Animal! Whoa, buddy! My favorite drummer! I don't believe it! I literally don't
Elden Ring
believe
was
it.
better?
No, thank you
I have no
so
opinion.
much, everybody.
'Cause I don't know.
But I really got to give a shout out to everybody at Santa Monica Studio. Corey, when you told me this story 8 years ago, I was moved to tears then, and it's been a part of my life ever since. And Eric Williams, you really brought this out of me, man. Thank you so much. All the musicians, Ivor and Hosier, who is up here tonight, all the ethnic fiddle players and Hardinger fiddle and nickel harp, all these wonderful
Ethnic
musicians from
what?
around the world also lent their beautiful performances.
ethnic fiddle
I
players?
just also want to say I've learned the power of simplicity.
What
And
is-
Kratos
what
is a
does
man
that
of
mean?
few words. And I wanted to write him just a few notes. And I got to write bum, bum, bum.
Why did he call them ethnic fiddle
And
players?
if I only wrote that, I feel like the story would sort of be there. So I got to write a lot more. Thank you so much, everybody.
I
This
really
means the
don't
world to me.
understand.
Thank you so much.
Why aren't they just fiddle players or fiddle players from around the world?
Congratulations. Bear.
Did he
And
mean
now
like
it's time
folk?
for an exclusive reveal of a brand new action RPG developed by the creators of Life is Strange, Don't Nod, and published by Focus Entertainment.
Is that like a type of fiddle player? Let me look up. Let me look this up.
So, you're a banisher, eh? You want ghosts, right? You must have seen some strange things.
You think I would like this publisher's games a lot?
Yes. But I've never seen a ghost.
The
myself.
graphics are insane.
But they are real, right?
Play Life is Strange.
So what? You track and kill him? Is that it?
We banish them.
Honestly, I feel like video games just, I don't know, they're oftentimes so emotionally gripping. And when they try to live action them, they suck.
It takes a brave man to walk these wilds alone.
You know, and snow.
I'm not alone.
Ooh, I feel like I would like this. Yeah. Yeah. Life is Strange. I keep seeing a lot of love for it. It's very story driven.
We are the defenders of mankind against the horrors that dwell in the darkness.
Don't be fooled by the graphics. None of these will look close to the trailer. But they're pretty. But they're gorgeous.
We are the angels of death. We are the blade drawn against the endless night. Nothing will survive our wrath.
God, people who do voice acting in video games. Okay, Life is... The first question, I just Googled Life is Strange. The first question is Life is Strange a girly game? What's a girly game? It has emotions. Okay, what's everyone's favorite game? Everyone name their favorite. Oh, It Takes Two was so fun. The Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. Or The Last of Us. I'm gonna say The Last of Us, even though I've played like 5 games. But it's been my favorite so far.
Makers sign up for the upcoming beta. The game launches April 4th, 2023. All week, Twitch is celebrating What Games Week, recognizing all the games from gaming history that never got their proper due, like EA's Overblood, which was the most played game this week. It's a game from 1997. Which game saw the biggest increase in viewership over the week? According to a Twitch Twitter poll, the winner was Katamari. All right, we've got much more Game Awards ahead, more world premieres, including an update on Final Fantasy 16, and of course the Game of the Year presented by last year's winner,
3.5
Joseph
hours.
Ferris. Who knows what he's going to say? Hopefully it's short. All right, we'll be right back.
I'm kind of enjoying it though. I like seeing all the trailers.
Colorful competition. Here's to inking turf together. Here's to every friend, every rival.
I'm really kind of into these trailers. They're like I mean they're so good and the story is so beautifully crafted. This show is like 6 hours long. Oh man. Do we have a run of the show? Do we know like what's still to come? Have I been watching since the start? Hell no. No. We've been watching for like 30 minutes. Yeah, I cannot believe the first winner spoke for 8 minutes. That's insanity. That is fucking crazy. I just want to see everyone in the crowd being like, show. I was going to show you this after the awards is what games are capable of doing with Unreal Engine 5. You want to play Life is Strange, watch none of the trailers or reviews, just download the remastered edition and play it sight unseen. I usually honestly don't know shit about a game before I play it. And again, I've played like 5 games, but yeah, we'll go back and forth in between the Game Awards. If you want to watch the entire thing, feel free to if you want to watch the commercials, I'm sure a bunch of streamers are watching are not clicking out. So okay, here comes Crash Bandicoot. I have 3 friends who have named their dogs Crash after Crash Bandicoot.
Thank you. What's up, Game Awards? Crash is in the building.
Don't forget you have this on the docket. Yes.
Get ready for an epic reveal in 3, 2, 1, 0. -1. -2. Guys, where's my crew? Hold on a sec. What happened? We were supposed to meet up here and steal all the Wumper fruit from the Game Awards, which I'm now realizing was a fruitless plan. Oh, excuse me, are you guys on mute? Oh, I get it. The old silent treatment.
This is the best costume they could get.
That's fine. More Wumpa for me.
I know, it does kind of
Wherever
look
it
like
is.
high
Whatever.
school mascot.
Roll the trailer, Grandma!
I'm a real king. You never had nothing quite like me. I'm a real king.
Imagine if the Oscars was. I mean, the Oscars is pretty fucking long. The Oscars is real long too. I mean, even though they've cut out acknowledging people who deserve acknowledgement. Because the Oscars has
Now, please welcome
performances.
Two outstanding content creators and streamers. Here are Fuslie and Valkyrie.
Oh, they look great.
Continues to rapidly evolve every year.
Wait,
If
who
there's
is-
one category that seems to advance the fastest and furthest, it's innovation and accessibility. Each year,
Raised
designers
dress reminds me
impress
of
and
something.
inspire us by discovering new and thoughtful ways to enable an even larger audience to play their games through determined consideration for those who are often marginalized. Here are the Game Awards nominees for innovation and accessibility.
Wait, what does her
Innovation and
dress remind me of?
accessibility.
Actually, it kind of does remind me of Beetlejuice. I love it though.
Drawing people who weren't necessarily gamers.
I might be able to get up there if you help me.
When you are unsure of the way forward, open this book for guidance.
That suite of features enables gameplay by players who are blind.
Last of
in
Us
their
Part
vision.
1. Corey.
And the Game Award for Innovation and Accessibility goes to God of War Ragnarok.
They look amazing, yeah. Let's go, girls! The girls did
everyone.
great.
We are absolutely humbled and grateful to everyone who's helped us in this journey along the way. Because
Yeah, I feel like
playing
God of
games
War is
what's
getting a
important for
lot.
the
They are
players.
cleaning up.
It's you all, you who play the games, that are really the ones that deserve this award.
Yeah, I like that she brought her
Everyone
bag
who
up.
was on the team at SMS, we are truly honored to be with you. Thank you so much, Eric and Yumi, for supporting us. John and Jason for being there while we were trying to make these accessibility features happen. Katie, Sam, and Zach, my closest cohorts when we were trying to make these features. And all of our team in the QA and accessibility research teams, the UI UX team, and everyone who made it possible. I can't thank you enough, and I think that the players themselves are the ones that are going to benefit the most. This is a race that no matter who wins, the player is the real winner. So let's go out there and make all games have no limits. Thank you.
Yes. There go the girls. World premiere? I do so many games just remind me of Lord of the Rings.
Giver of life and light. In your divine radiance.
Everything reminds me of Lord of the Rings.
Shield our
Oh,
souls
shit.
with grace. Our hearts with hope. And guide our path eternal.
The medieval fantasy vibe, yeah.
Turn our gaze from what lies beyond
This
your
looks
luster,
sick.
where wickedness dwells, and the shadows reign. Arm us with your golden splendor, so that together may we vanquish the darkness. In light, we walk.
Oh, this looks... This looks horde.
Vanquish the darkness. The
Yo,
Lords
these
of the
trailers know what's up. Lords of the Fallen?
And now, from 505 Games, a new organization. organized crime game, Crime Boss Rocket City. Please welcome Kirby Joe Grubb, Damien Poitier, and the boss himself, Mr. Michael Madsen.
Oh, hell yeah, Michael Madsen.
Hello, Game Awards.
Yo, what's Michael Madsen doing there?
We're here to set a slightly different tone for the trailer you're about to watch.
You see, this trailer here, well, it's a little different than the rest of these trailers you're seeing tonight. This one's a little bit dangerous. So the boss wanted to come out here, you know, make sure you don't hurt yourself sometime during the next 60 seconds.
Wow. What a crowd.
Wait,
My
what
God,
is he
what
doing?
a night.
Is he in
Wow.
the game?
Listen, I've had some wild times. I've been involved in some crazy things in my life.
We know.
I even made a picture with Mr. Al Pacino. Donnie Brasco. If you haven't seen it, you should look it up, goddammit.
Dude, Al Pacino looks wild these days.
Anyway, I have to say, being the crime boss of Rocket City, that's a lot of fun. And we've got an amazing cast with us. These two handsome guys with me. And anyway, enjoy the debut trailer for Crime Boss
His
Rocket
voice is
City.
so fucked up.
Coming March 28th, 2023. So let's roll it.
So you wanna be a criminal, do ya? Game on!
You wonder if who dyes his hair? Al Pacino? If you're wondering if Al Pacino dyes his hair, yeah. Kim Basinger. Danny Trejo. Of course. Michael Rooker, man. Right? And Chuck Norris.
That's right, Chuck Norris. All right, and now we are happy to announce more winners here at the Game Awards
Chuck
based
Norris
on votes
kinda get
from our
canceled?
jury and fans around the world. Here are the nominees
Not that that
for
means
Best
shit.
Role-Playing Game. Elden Ring, Live Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And the Game Award goes to Elden Ring. Congratulations to From and Bandai Namco.
Oh, best
Here
RP
are the
game.
nominees for Player's Voice, our 100% fan-voted category. You guys were very busy voting
I think
the
Chuck
past few
Norris
days.
is big MAGA,
Nominees:
dude.
Sonic Frontiers, Genshin Impact, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, and Stray. And once we took out all the
Yo,
bot
they are
votes, the Game
speedrunning.
Award goes to Genshin Impact.
Okay.
Here are the nominees for Best Independent Game. Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu.
Oh, I played Cult of the
Stray,
Lamb.
Tunic. And the Game Award goes to Stray. Congratulations.
No idea what that
Double
is.
winner tonight. Here are the nominees for Best Action Adventure Game.
God,
A Plague
God
Tale
of War is
Requiem,
nominated for
God
everything.
of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. And the Game Award goes to God of War Ragnarok. Here are
Yo,
the
it is
nominees
literally
for
the
Best
Game of Thrones
Ongoing
of
Game.
the Game Awards.
Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. And the Game Award goes to Final Fantasy 14 for the second time tonight.
Listen, I don't know what these games are, but I'm pissed. Stop the steal. There's some collusion afoot.
This is where they went in.
And never came back up.
Safe point.
Yeah, we gotta get through. Yo, the ad is longer than the the award rundown.
Let's see what it leads.
Only one air tank. Stick together.
Oh, that's the chick from The Boys. The one who blows people's heads off.
What the hell is this place?
Call of Duty.
Up next, Reggie is in the building and his body is ready. Plus, Naoki Yoshida takes the stage, and the Game Awards Orchestra honors the nominees for Game of the Year.
Okay, it's almost done then. This is almost over then. Because Game of the Year has to be it, right? It's like Best Picture. It's got to be the end. Okay, wait, what's Prezzo's tweet? No. Wait, he's got this one. My moot is wearing a straight pride dress. And then he's got this. Oh my god. He's coming out with all the tweets tonight. The fuck is 9/11? It's so funny because I went to dinner with some people and I sat next to Prezzo, and he's like much quieter than I thought he would be based on his tweets. And like the only thing I knew about him before I met him was that he showed his dick on stream on accident. His tweets. The straight pride dress. Maybe, wait, is that what I was thinking of? Okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty fucking funny. I mean, listen, she looks hot, so she wears the straight pride dress well. Quiet on the streets, loud on the tweets. Yep. It is really funny to me though that they blasted past Content Creator of the Year. They just sped run it. All right, what we got going here? Is that Kendall Jenner? No. What would Kendall Jenner be doing there?
Hey.
It's a Zendaya dress. Oh, that's what
So
I'm
this
thinking
year,
of too.
I'm
Maybe
here to
that's it.
present
Hold on.
The best game direction category. And it's a particularly exciting award, especially in our industry. Games are constantly pushing the boundaries of creativity, innovation, and artistry. And to be nominated, you need to have created an experience
Wait, is she wearing the
that
same
is
dress as
incredibly
Zendaya?
special to the players. To the teams represented behind these titles, you have my utmost respect.
Who is this
Here
guy?
are the nominees for the best game direction.
Best Game Direction.
The tarnished will soon return.
War is not the only way.
The land is dying. I'm running
Who?
out of time.
In 5B, take one.
He
saw 20,000 girls. He picked you.
Oh, this game looks cute. Stray.
And the Game Award for Best Game Direction goes to
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Oh, look who knows games. You play as a cat in Stray? Yeah, you know these are the big awards because they get the little pictures on screen like they do at the Oscars. And they get to do a speech.
It's a great pleasure receiving such a wonderful award. ディレクターとして非常に名誉なことだと思っております。As a director, I'm very honored about that. フロムソフトウェアのですね、エルデンリング過去最大規模のタイトルだったということで、谷村さんや石崎さんをはじめとする、頼りになる主要ディレクターのチームと一緒に開発に臨んだタイトルですので、喜びもひとしおです。Elden Ring is our, the biggest game that we have ever worked on. So we have worked with several co-directors, including Mr. Tanimura and Mr. Ishizaki. Without their support, it would be almost impossible to, finish working on this project. So we really want to share this great joy of receiving this award with them. 本当にありがとうございました。Thank you. So once again, thank you so much for your support.
Yay! Another world premiere.
How many times you willing to get burned before you stop trusting someone? How many times you gotta take a bullet for these motherfuckers in the name of empty promises?
This is Joe Biden's narration.
Politicians, military runners, intelligence operatives, all to run fish in one fucking barrel.
The game is called Dark Brandon.
Tell me you've got a plan.
Not a plan. A man. If there's anyone we can trust now, it's him.
Solomon Reed, FIA.
So, what do we do now?
Oh, I have to play this.
Dogtown. Burn it to the ground's what we'll do. It's a simple choice. Them or us. Peace comes at a price. Someone's always got to pay.
I have to play. It's got two of my faves. It's got Idris and Keanu.
Game Awards, what's up? It's Idris Elba here, and I just want to let you know how
Keanu,
excited I am
excuse
to
me.
play NUSA agent Solomon Reed in Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Can't wait for you guys to meet Reed when Phantom Liberty releases in 2023. See you in Night City.
You don't think Keanu is at the Game Awards, do you?
Thanks, Idris.
No.
Tonight, we are thrilled to share with you another global game announcement.
What if I passed up an opportunity
This
to
comes from one
go?
of the most decorated developers in the world, who consistently
goes.
pushes this medium forward for each of its releases. This studio has been nominated multiple times for Game of the Year here at this very show, and I am beyond grateful that they have chosen the Game Awards as the place for this global announcement.
Listen, you know Keanu. If he could be there, he'd be there. I know, but the thing is that the award show started at 4. There's no way I could have made it. There was no food allowed? You're joking. I mean, of course Ludwig would sneak in food. No food allowed? Yeah, you gotta force every... Listen. Gaming promotes eating disorders. No time to eat when you're gaming. These look like Transformers. Corey McShane, thank you for the 3 months. Okay, this looks sick. Armored Core. Fires of Rubicon. Amazing. OMFG. Okay, people are excited.
When we come back, it's
people
time
are
to
excited
crown
about this
the
game.
2022 Game of the Year. Right here.
All right, here we go.
On
This
the
is
Game
it.
Awards.
This is it. No, I'm not watching another trailer with Chris Pratt in it. I can't. Dun dun dun. Wait, who said that Ovally was screaming and crying about Bayonetta? If you're at the Game Awards, then yes, I was the person screaming and crying when they announced Bayonetta Origin. Classic. This girl loves Bayonetta more than I think anybody likes anything. Oh yeah, I love this.
The feeling of being there, of walking the streets of the future, is really going to be breathtaking. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. All right. So I guess I got to finish this. So tell me.
You're breathtaking. Thank you, Keanu. Hassan said Bobert looks like Bayonetta. Oh no. Have you seen the most 90s video game announcement? Oh yeah, we watched this. Yeah. Wait. Oh shit, now I can't unsee it. He's not wrong. Apparently that black and white dress is like 10K. Valkyrie Closet. There's an Instagram account dedicated to Valkyrie's Closet. Okay, Valkyrie presenting at the Game Awards today. She is wearing Mason Valentino. Dude, so is this the same? This is the same dress that Zendaya wore. It's got the scallop style. YSL. I mean, listen, she looks fucking fire. She looks gorge. Oh shit, we're missing it. Boom. right, here we go.
That was a look at Wild Hearts coming from Koei Tecmo and EA Originals next year. And now we welcome one of the busiest men in gaming, known fondly by his fans as Yoshi P, both the producer and director of the successful online role-playing game Final Fantasy XIV, winner of 2 Game Awards tonight, and producer of the highly anticipated new entry in the
How is
acclaimed
Ludwig
Final
already
Fantasy
home? Man's had to
franchise,
eat.
Final Fantasy XVI. Please join me in welcoming for the first time to TGA,
He got,
Mr.
he got
Naoki
announced
Yoshida.
probably 45 minutes ago. I'm sure he got announced and then he left immediately.
Thank you,
Mans is
Jeff.
already live.
On behalf of the Final Fantasy XVI team, I'm honored to be here to present you.
No, it's got to be
with
done after
tonight's
this.
Final world premiere. To all our fans, thank you for keeping faith in us. I hope you enjoy our latest trailer, Revenge.
Take Joshua and get to safety.
I'm not going without you.
I'm going to hold the enemy here while you make your escape.
Oh, shit.
Your Highness! Run! No! Joshua!
Now these games are movies?
Revenge is a weapon.
Oh, he's hot.
I sometimes wonder if I am controlling it, or if it's controlling me.
Final Fantasy is a lifestyle. I do feel like I know that. I feel like people I know who are Final Fantasy nerds, it's all they're about. This is insane!
No matter how bitter the truth that awaits me.
He looks like Trevor Belmont from Castlevania.
Good boy.
What do we do?
The usual. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I won't be dying today.
Come to me, Ifrit!
Hell yeah. This shit looks hype. How many Final Fantasy games are there? Oh. 16? So, like, when Final Fantasy 16 comes out, does that mean that everyone's going to be playing
Please
it, or
welcome
no?
the director
Like,
of
is it going to be
Hazelight Studios
a meta
and
on
last
Twitch?
year's Game of the Year winner for It Takes Two. Here's Joseph Ferris.
Yeah, really nice being
The
on
series
stage
is 30
again,
plus
actually.
years.
It feels really good. I know a lot of people are nervous, but don't be. I'm gonna be super cool and short. So, let's see now. Yeah, I remember recently, last year winning Game of the Year. It's a fantastic feeling. So, obviously, as a nominee, you should be very happy and very proud. But trust me, you do want to win because it's a great feeling. But, however, you do actually win something at the Game Awards. They're super cool because, you know, this beautiful orchestra, when they play the music from your game, I mean, I was sitting over there and trust me.
This guy
the
went
hair-
wild at the
hair
Game
on my
Awards
body was all over the
in the
place.
past?
No. Goosebump, I mean. It's really awesome. So please give a big applause to the beautiful orchestra and conducted by Lorne Balfe.
Game of the year. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this dude going ham on his baby flute. This guy is switching instruments. He's a maniac. My God, stay on him. He's playing a different instrument now. My dude is crazy. Look at him. This is the third instrument he's played in this song. He's a one-man band. Elden Ring. Buzzed up. Dude, he's on another instrument. Oh my God, he's on another one now. Look at him, he is popping off. Wow. Wow. Look at him. Look at him. That was awesome. That was so good.
Goosebump, I told you. All right. Game of the year winner is Elden Ring.
Whoa, what do people think? What do people think? I have no opinions. What do we think? Yes? Was it Stop the Steal? Stop the Steal? I mean, people seem thrilled.
Thank you so much.
When am I gonna play Elden Ring?
フロムソフトウェアのみんな、そして
Will was
パ
like,
ート
you
ナーであ
should
る
play about 10
バンダイナムコの
games
皆さん、
first before you
たく
play.
さんある
Try
協
to
力会
play
社の皆
Elden
さん、そし
Ring.
て素晴らしい神話を執筆してくれたジョージ・アロン・マーティン氏、そんな素晴らしいですね、僕の尊敬するエルデンリングチームのみんなに改めて大きな感謝を伝えるとともに、この喜びを分かち合いたいと思います。 I would like to share this great appreciation with our entire Elden Ring team members, everybody at From Software, our partner Bandai Namco, all collaborators, and last but least, Mr. George R. R. Martin, who created the great mythos for this game. すごく大変で問題の多いプロジェクトだったので、ディレクターとしてはすごくほっとしています。そしてですね、このゲーム
It
オ
will
ブザ
make
イ
you
ヤー
hate
という
how
最高の栄をいただ
hate
いた
games
と
and
い
how
うことでは
difficult
ない
it
のかも
is.
しれま
Yeah,
せん
that's
け
why
れ
he
ども、
was like, you
これ
want
から
to
も
play a lot more
今よ
games
りも
before you play
このゲー
something
ムより
like
もですね
Elden Ring.
面白いゲーム作っていこうと決意してますので、ぜひよろしくお願いします。We have faced so many difficulties while developing this game, so as a director, I'm really relieved. And this might not be the light thing to say at the on the occasion of the receiving the GOTY award, but I have made up my mind to create even more interesting games than this one.
Yes, man. This guy's like, I did okay, but you can always do better.
で、このエルデンリング
That's
につ
the
い
Asian way,
て
baby.
もまだやりたいことありますので、その点でも
You can
この
always
今
do
回のす
better.
ごく大きな励みになりました。As for Elden Ring, we still have several more things we want to do. So getting this GOTY award really encourage us.
Fucking Hassan ran commercials in the middle of
最
this.
後にこのゲームをプレイしてくれて、楽しんでくれ
Elden Ring
て、
1.
支援してくれた多くのユーザーさんに最大限の感謝を伝えたいです。本当にありがとうございます。皆さんのおかげで、
Listen, when it's the top of the hour ad
ある
break,
いは私は
when it's
作
the
りたい
top of
ゲ
the
ームを
hour
全
ad
力で
break,
作る
that man is
という
more
最高
consistent
の
than
ことができています。本当にありがとう。皆
than
さんと同
Fox
じ
News
時
is
代
about the
この時代に
conspiracy on
ゲー
Hunter
ム制
Biden's
作に従事してき
laptop.
たことを本当に幸せに思ってます。ありがとうございました。
God of War
And
really did win
finally,
every award besides Game of the
we
Year.
would like
Game
to,
of the Year.
Express our utmost gratitude to all the fans who played, who enjoyed, and who
Giving up
supported these
Hassan for me.
titles.
I'll take it.
And we create the games we want to create and do our best because of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Elden Ring! Elden Ring!
Hey, Matan. You know, real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
Wait, what? What did that child just say? Did he just say Bill Clinton?
All right. Well, eventful evening. Congratulations. This has been such a special night, and I can't believe that next year, 2023, marks the 10th annual Game Awards. So we are lucky to do this every year, and we want to thank all the industry for their support. And of course, all of you
Am I
around the world.
crazy? He literally said, this goes out to my something Bill, my Reformed Rabbi Bill Clinton. I'm sorry. What? Excuse me. I'm honestly dying that Hassan ran an ad break. That he ran a top of the hour ad break during Game of the Year. Listen, guys. Listen, he was banned for 2 days. He's got to make up the cash. He's got to make up the dough somehow. So don't be too hard on him. I hate that now. Like a lot of times I talk and it just sounds like Trump voice. Listen, if anybody's going to stream the Game Awards, baby, it's this gal. Thank you for the compliment on my nails. All right. Well, that was a little bit of a sidetrack, but now I know there's a whole hell of a lot of games that I need to play. Lot of games. Most games, actually. Okay, we still need to go back to the Bill Clinton thing because I'm seeing in the comments, look at this. People in the comments are saying Bill Clinton. Why did he say that? So many people are like, Bill Clinton question mark? Do we have any explainer? It's YouTube, so you can, okay, here, we're gonna run it back. Who was this child?
To all the fans who played, who enjoyed, and who supported these titles. And we create the games we want to create and do our best.
Was it
because
before or
of you.
after this?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I don't really remember. After?
Hey, Matan. You know, real quick,
where did this kid even come from? He like just appeared on the stage magically.
I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
My Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton? It's even crazier the second time through. Bill Clinton's like, I can't, I'm trying to do my Bill Clinton voice. I was not a Reformed Orthodox Rabbi. Watching it again did not help it make sense. No, it's even more confusing. Is Bill Clinton a Reformed Orthodox Rabbi? Everyone on Twitter's asking who that kid is. I would like to know as well. Okay, Bill Clinton is already trending. That was the last line of the game. I'd like to dedicate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. That's the literal last line of the Game Awards. That is so fucking funny. Everyone's like, why was there a random French kid on stage that shouted out Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton? Am I imagining that? Yo, same. Same. Like, I don't understand. It happened the first time, and it took us a second. It took us a second. Bill Clinton. What? Make it make sense. I have no idea. I don't get it. No, I mean, it sounded like he was speaking with a French accent. He could be Middle Eastern, but Bill Clinton, like, it sounded like a French accent. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't make sense. It sounded Israeli. It's like whatever accent he was speaking in, he just appeared on stage and then shouted out his Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Maybe his rabbi's also named Bill Clinton. I mean, this is what I'm wondering. Holy shit, this already has 30,000 tweets. Bill Clinton is gets on stage, says some shit about Bill Clinton, refuses to elaborate, leaves. Hassan is looking at it forensically. Okay, hold on. Let me go to... I'm glad I'm not alone in being like, what the fuck? Okay, he's breaking it down. I'm not gonna lie. The funniest thing is that I didn't even see the kid on stage until suddenly he showed up and was talking about Bill Clinton.
Just got word from security that the kid who made the Bill Clinton comment was a salty God of War fan. No. Bro, he's just right there. Are those easy?
Is he supposed to be on stage?
Isn't that like super dangerous that someone could just walk up there though? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they usually, getting into the venue is the hard thing.
No, he's literally random, right? He's just standing behind them the whole time. This child.
They are Jordan 11s.
No, he just walked up behind him. What?
He had an unmistakably Israeli accent. Okay, I thought it was French, but you're right. It might have been an Israeli accent.
This is pretty wild.
No, that's not me, bro.
I would like to share this great appreciation with...
Wait, did he try to speak?
Oh my god, they had to escort... What?
Oh,
Wait,
they
so-
did escort him.
What in the hell?
What the fuck?
Was this kid like just an audience goer who was pissed
What?
or decided to like...
What am I clicking on? Why can't I... What?
I truly am...
I'm clicking on that and it just shows Armored Core.
I'm truly so perplexed.
No, I saw already. Yeah, he came from like a random part. We saw. I mean, did the crowd the stage as soon... I mean, they did crowd the stage as soon as they were getting off.
Okay, he's right here behind them again.
Apparently, he was on InfoWars. I can't see that link. I don't know why I can't click on this fucking link. Twitter is so
why didn't I get on stage and shout out
clicking on that link.
Bill
Some
Clinton?
Random shit was happening until I did this.
I literally got this message before the kid even said anything.
Why? This guy's like a weirdo. Look who's behind the
It's my homie.
Bill Clinton, that's him. Same kid who was on InfoWars, the one with the free Taiwan thing. What? I was playing Warzone with him 4 days ago, and he told me his plan was to plan, and I told him there was 0 chance it happens. What? What?
This is so bizarre.
So it's some fucking like InfoWars style troll? I don't know. I mean, it could be the case.
But like of all things to say,
You might get a in the field mogul mail. Yeah, no shot.
of all things to say though, my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
There's already people fucking memeing about it, but that kid's a Hassan Ivy head? I doubt it. He blocked you. What?
Best thing to do would be to move on and give this kid zero attention. I mean, look,
Bill
it's
Clinton
already
is
fucked.
trending?
It's already fucked. This is like one of the most trending things on Twitter. Because I think...
Oh, security comes in here. Brendan Murphy replied to my tweet with a zoomed in fucking here. Holy fuck, this got 18K likes already.
I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
I said you have to go.
Thank everybody.
Bro, I cannot believe this fucking kid was in backstab distance of Miyazaki. Do you understand? What
Yo.
a major fuck up this is. Okay? Everybody knows you get crit damage that way. Okay? He literally snuck behind Miyazaki for crit damage. That's instant, dude.
This is honestly pretty wild.
I think these are the shoes, Yeezy 500 high.
This is a major security fail.
Everybody in
Look at his face, Lamau. He does not
that he was
care.
standing on stage behind them the whole time.
Miyazaki's like, now I'm in crit damage distance, though. You know what I'm saying? We could have fucking quick flip it on him, dude. Counter parry. Allah protected Miyazaki-san? Yes, dude. Thank God. Thank God Allah protected Miyazaki-san instead of Shinzo Abe. You know what I'm saying? This is the one instance where the right thing happened.
Do not let flute player be overshadowed by the Bill Clinton kid. This is what I'm talking about, okay? Yo, we should not forget the man who played 1,000 instruments.
Man could have Shinzo Abe'd him. They arrested
We should
him. Check
not
Jeff
forget.
Twitter. Yo! They arrested a kid? Bro, that's the individual who interrupted our Game of the Year moment has been arrested. He's like a child, dude. That's so funny. Yeah. Yes. Good. More.
No, it's definitely a kid. No, it's definitely a kid. Holy shit, man. It's just like really shocking because he stood up there. Okay, let's see the moment that like gets.
You know what?
He's there the whole time.
Respect.
No, he's not. Yes, he's there. Look, he's right there. He was there the whole time.
People are going to take you seriously. Yeah, it's crit damage. You think it's a joke, dude? We're talking crit damage.
How did this happen?
Don't you dare.
How did this happen? For real. He not
Bill
only got
Clinton
into
is
the
trending
venue, he
already,
snuck
I
on
assume.
stage, stood on stage the whole time, and then talked
so
on the
stupid.
microphone.
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay, that's pretty funny. Okay, hold on. I want to just do an examination of this. So he comes on.
Punchies.
Gaia Primal, thank you for the 3 months. Okay, what is happening here? He literally acts like he's escorting. How did we watch this whole thing and not go, wait a second, why is there a child who's, now it seems like he's Israeli. I'm like, why is there a non-Japanese child on stage with the Japanese adult developers of Elden Ring? No, none of us noticed this. We were all just... Okay. I'm sorry. I know I'm watching this one more time. Here he comes. He comes literally down the aisle. He comes. He comes down the aisle right here. Ready? Right here. This little fucking kid just walks down the... No. And none of us noticed it. That's crazy, man. Nobody in the audience seemed to like... You just act... Okay, this is a perfect example of you just go along with it because you don't question anything, right? Like, whether or not this kid is Japanese, he's a child. He's a child going up with the adult game developers, right? He's literally like, he is pretending to accompany them. Yo, this is what I talk about with the clipboard, right? Okay, I've always said, like, you walk into any place, you have a clipboard, maybe a headset, maybe a fake headset, whatever. You're dressed in black. People won't question you. Okay, this little kid, for as little as he is, he knew going up on stage, like pretending like he was escorting them up. It sucks because the moment where Elden Ring achieved a huge achievement will be overshadowed by some douche kid. Yeah, I mean, what a little shit fucker. Like this kid deserves a slap on the hiney because that's not cool. But this speaks to what I talk about with you act like you belong somewhere. You act like you're important and people don't question it. Yeah, I saw he got arrested. I don't think the moment's overshadowed either. But it's just crazy that it's just crazy that he stood on stage for this long. This is like, okay, honestly, this is so wild. I cannot get over the fact that none of us noticed that, like, who is this? Who is this kid who's obviously standing at a far enough distance away? Who's like, look, like he's just swinging, looking around.
Thank you so much.
And then he stands in the back like Donald Trump in the Hillary Clinton debate.
そしてパートナーであるバンダイナムコの皆さん、たくさんある協力会社の皆さん、そして素晴らしい神話を執筆してくれたジョージ・アーロン・マーティン氏。
He wore all black, so he blended in. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even notice him until suddenly he started speaking on the microphone.
そんな素晴らしいですね。僕の尊敬するエルデンリングチームのみんなに改めて大きな感謝を伝えるとともに、この喜び
He's literally, you guys, you know that he stood back here so he'd be on camera.
I would like to share this great appreciation with our entire Elden Ring team members, everybody at From Software, our partner Bandai Namco, all collaborators, and last but not
He stood where he stood so he'd be on that main direct camera.
For this game.
See, he keeps moving over. It's crazy to know if he had a weapon, he could have done anything in front of thousands. I mean, yeah, this was like a real security issue.
プロジェクトだったので、ディレクターとしてはすごくホッとしています。そしてですね、このゲームオブザイヤーという最高の栄をいただいた場でいうことではないのかもしれませんけれども、これからも
This is seriously?
このゲームよりもですね、面白いゲーム作っていこう。
I want to know why. Okay, we'll look at this Discord thread.
We have faced so many difficulties while developing this game, so as a director, I'm really relieved. And this might not be the light thing to say at the on the occasion of the 今ゲーム制作に従事できたことを本当に幸せに思ってます。ありがとうございました。And finally,
no, those are not easies.
We would like to express our utmost gratitude to all the fans.
Dude, this is so creepy to watch now. To watch it back like this.
We create the games we want to create and do our best because of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, Matan. Real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
What in the diddly fuck, man? Okay. Here's the my friend's friend just walked up stage at the Game of the Year awards and thanked his rabbit Rabbi Bill Clinton. What the fuck is he doing? That's literally him. Lemo, he's hiding. He's going to shout out his rabbi when they're done. Bro, I'm dying of laughter. The fuck you guys talking about? How is he up there? Game Awards. Has no one told him to get down? Unreal. I'm laughing so loud. OMG. How's it going? Good. Fuck me. He really did it. LMAO. LMAO. Oh, I'm crying. Holy. The rabbi shout out because the fans. Oh. But why did he do it? Do we know? The kid is a notorious racist and has been on InfoWars. This child has been on InfoWars. My God, man. Internet popularity. So he did this. He chose to do it Game of the Year because it was obviously the biggest moment and it was the last moment of the show. Jesus, dude. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. these fucking memes. Man. What in the hell? I definitely didn't think that's how the Game Awards would go. Do you think Bill Clinton is going to go on Twitter and be like, why am I trending? And then he's going to see that it's related to the Game Awards? And he's going to be so confused. We need Bill's, we need Bill's statement. We need his statement. He was the last name mentioned in the Game Awards. What the flippity fuck? Okay, but real quick, like, for real though, let's not let flute player, guy who played a bunch of instruments, be overshadowed. Yeah, the fact that he's some reactionary punk. Yeah, man. This is just like... Okay, I don't want to come across as like a boomer, but it's like I just worry that kids see stuff like this and will think it's cool or funny or awesome. I mean, it's kind of like the whole I Show Speed stuff where I'm like, Jesus, man, it is scary to think that there are impressionable youngsters out there who would like think that this was hilarious and great. He was wearing Yeezys? No way. Yeezys are so ugly. I'll say it again. Yeezys are so fucking ugly. Youngsters. I know. I knew I was going to age myself. Wow. Wait, how do we have confirmation? How do we know? Oh, here.
It's not Wantep. Shut up. His name is Wantep. He's a Miss Kid.
Those shoes are so ugly, man.
Dude, Elden Ring fans don't play around. And by that, I don't mean myself. I mean, like, literally. From Software fans are going to be so pissed.
How old is this kid? 13?
They will not appreciate that. The worst part is that it wasn't even funny. It was like a failed Groiper joke. Yeah, literally. Here's some background. Damn, Wario64 snitching by sending the MK Ultra money fucking tweet.
Man. This is so lame. Really.
That's him. That's the same kid who was on InfoWars. Why is someone needs to look into this dude? Why is he playing fucking?
What's this
Why is
kid's
he
name? Do we
playing,
know?
Like Warzone with like little children. That's very odd.
I
Apparently
feel
this
like
is the kid
he's
with the
I
free
feel
Hong
like he's
Kong
no
shirt.
older than 15. There's no way. He's no older than 15.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Not even a baby. Hassan Chatter joked that Valkyrie's dress theme was straight pride. Yes. Saw that. It's also literally the dress that Zendaya wore. It's gorgeous. whatever it's representative of. Will Neff! What's up, Will? The craziest shit just happened at the Game Awards. I know you were doing your sponsored stream, so you probably missed. But this kid, this child, literally went on stage with the developers of Elden Ring when they won Game of the Year. Like, what? Welcome to all the Neftis Raiders. What's up, peeps? Welcome in. Yeah, I saw they arrested the kid. Uh-huh. Yep. Apparently he's some troll. Supposedly appeared on InfoWars. He's wearing Yeezys on stage. Okay, so if you're just getting here, if you missed this because you were in Will's stream, right as they called Elden Ring as the game of the year. Right here, okay? So the guys are coming up to the stage. This kid, literally a child, comes down the aisle and just pretends as if he's escorting them onto stage. No questions asked. There he is, see? Like he's escorting these adults onto stage. And then just stands up there with them. The fuck? And then goes and stands behind them.
So this.
There he is. And then the infamous moment.
Thank you so much.
Here he comes.
Hey, Matan. You know, real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award.
This is the last time we're watching, I swear to God.
Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
How did no one notice the kid is wearing a blazer 3 sizes too big? Okay, I've talked about this before on stream. So it's amazing what you can get away with when you act like you belong somewhere. Like, I'm sure security fucked up. Security fucked up big time. But I'm sure people were looking at him being like, maybe he's with one of the developers. And then the developers who won the game were probably like, IDK WTF? Like, maybe he's part of security? Who the fuck knows? And so nobody stopped to question anything because people are more afraid to be wrong than they are to be right. That's the thing, right? People are more afraid that if they're wrong, they are going to have made a mountain out of nothing, out of a molehill, and have been dramatic for no reason, rather than the chance that they are correct, that person does not belong there. But yeah, you show confidence, you act like you belong somewhere. You would be amazed at the places that you can get into. I mean, I've literally been at the club and seen drunk girls and guys behave this way where I'm like, excuse me, who the fuck do you think you are? And they'll just pretend like they're with if we're walking a celebrity in, what would always happen is we would walk them around the back. We would take them into the kitchen, take them through the back entrance. And sometimes I would see somebody who I knew didn't belong with that celebrity's posse. And I'd see them kind of trying to tag on behind. And I was like, no, I don't think so. But yeah, there was this woman who broke into
3 months today.
Thank you for the 3 months. There was this woman who broke into the Oscars. There have been multiple instances of events where you would think security was high being broken into. Crazy. How do you do these so fucking fast? I don't understand how you do this so fast. Yeah, you just act like you belong. I mean, the kid got arrested. I don't know what will happen to him, but everybody on Twitter is literally like, what the fuck just happened? Just glad Miyazaki didn't get tackled, stabbed, or shot. I mean, yeah, seriously. For fuck's sake. Like, think about what could have happened. It could have been very bad. Very bad. Mm-hmm.
Caroli 182 fart wave. Caroli 182 love.
Ace fan, thank you for the 3 months. This reminds me of a story where Lily Pichu with a group of friends rented a hotel room together for a convention, and a fan just hung out with them over the weekend because everyone assumed they were someone else's friend and didn't ask. Holy shit. Yikes. Will told me the first time that he got a taste of like the crazies that can be Twitch fans. He was down in Austin. He said that they went to went out to eat. It was him and the Austin people. And then they were doing an IRL, and there was this person that Will remembered having been at the restaurant, right? So this was somebody who drove knowing that they were going to eat at that restaurant, sat across from them, just like silently hanging out. And then as they continued, streaming around Austin just followed around like they were kind of part of the group. And at one point, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Hassan, maybe it was Will. At one point, they were just like, dude. I think it actually might have been a woman. It might have been a chica. They were just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Airline streamer security arc. You know what's funny is that I actually feel, I mean, granted, listen, if I was with people I didn't know, I wouldn't know if someone random was a stalker or not. But there was somebody who came into my birthday party, my 30th birthday party. Somebody, this like old guy and a younger blonde woman they crashed my party without people really knowing and were seemingly looking for, they were like trying to pick up a third to be a part of like their weird threesome. They were going around to all my friends and all these streamers, like being very creepy. And then at one point, like I finally was caught, kind of seeing what was going on at the party. And then I went to kick them out and they were just gone. Remember the people who crashed the White House? Do you mean the White
I'd
House,
like
or
to
do you mean
dedicate this sub to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
Gingerbread Fetus? Thank you for the 2 months. Oh yeah! Holy crap! I completely forgot about this. Michelle and Tarek Salahi. They just strolled into the White House. How did they manage to pull it off, and whether they committed a crime? They certainly looked as though they belonged, arriving in a stretch SUV and wearing glitzy formal evening wear. They posed for pictures on the red carpet with VP Joe Biden and Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel, whom Michelle called Ron, and even slid up to ABC News' Robin Roberts for a snapshot. What? Oh my god! This is crazy. You mean Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Joe Biden? Yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I forgot.
Grouchy
Crazy.
Vegan gifted a tier 1 sub to Wax Newman.
Grouchy Vegan, thank you for the gifted. Speaking of like making shit up, this is a good segue into something that I wanted to show on stream tonight, which is just nuts. So, actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab some water and then we're gonna get into it. This is a story about an executive producer / writer on Grey's Anatomy who is maybe the biggest liar of all time. It is fucking crazy. It is crazy. And now she's like going on her redemption arc. I will be right back.
Bethany13 gifted a tier 1 sub to Tunner 5257.
All right. Okay, everybody. Hold on to your pants. So, I remember when this story started breaking back in March of this year. And it started with some tweets. And then more started unfolding. And it was about this writer who had been around for a long time. She wrote on True Blood. She worked on Vampire Diaries. And then at the time that this started unfolding, she was on Grey's Anatomy. Okay. She was part of Shondaland. What is this GIF? Good question. GIF? I never fucking remember. I gotta tattoo that on my body. So her name is, you would think it's Elizabeth Finch. Oh no. It's Elizabeth Finch, because this just ought to show you who she is. This woman can be anything but ordinary. Anything but ordinary. All right. So here's let me find the best way to start off how this shit went down. So this is a woman who claims that she told a lie. It was just a lie when she was 34. It started 10 years ago. She said it started off with one lie. I don't fucking believe her. Okay? Here's the lie that she started with that kicked off the next 10 years of the most insane fucking lies. She told people that she was working with at Grey's Anatomy, her colleagues, that she had been diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer. Okay? And she had chemotherapy that caused her to lose a kidney. She had to have an abortion because of the chemotherapy. And she had part of her leg cut off because of this rare bone cancer. Okay. Now, you will have to forgive the colleagues for not knowing this was a lie, because she showed up to work like she was dying. She had a shaved head. She used a cane to get around. She had yellowing skin. All things that would make one think, holy shit, yeah, this poor Elizabeth is really sick. Okay, so she starts off, everybody, she tells everyone, I've got this really rare form of bone cancer. Oh, sad, devastating. Wow, what a hero. She writes multiple very personal articles that are published on Elle, on Variety, on a site of public, a variety of publications. Talks about her struggle to work and to deal with this life-threatening diagnosis and blah blah blah. Oh, it's terrible, and everyone in her office is like, she's such an amazing woman that she can come to work every day when she is suffering from a very rare form of bone cancer, which is bone cancer is the most painful cancer that there is. Yes. It is an excruciatingly painful cancer. Okay. So then the lies continue. Who remembers the really, really horrific Tree of Life shooting? The terrorist attack that happened at a synagogue in Pittsburgh where Jewish people were targeted. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, Elizabeth Finch claimed that the FBI gave her permission to go under the do not cross caution lines because a dear friend of hers was one of the 11 people who was killed, and she collected their body parts off of the walls of the synagogue. Oh, this is a story that she was telling people. Yeah. Okay. Swolder Brock, thank you for the 3 months. Oh, it continues. Oh, yeah. In 2019, she claimed that she was absent from the Grey's Anatomy writer's room because her poor older brother, Eric, had died by suicide. This same brother, she would later claim, had abused her. Okay. So who is this about? This is about this writer who's been around for a long time. Her name is Elizabeth Finch, but she calls herself Elizabeth. And she's currently embarking on what she thinks will be a redemptive arc. She's hoping to get a writing job on oh fuck, what's that show? Handmaid's Tale. So she's trying to come back into the world. And there was a big article on her that released today from the Ankler. The Grey's Anatomy liar confesses it all. So what I'm doing is I'm going through like the crazy ass lies that were discovered over the course of the last 6 months when word first got out that this woman was a liar. I'm going to go through that, and then I'm going to give you all her explanation as to why she did it. Okay. So she sent an email to everyone saying, I've been gone because my brother died by suicide. He was on life support for a short while, but ultimately did not survive. I say this not because I need or want anything from anyone. I'm not a delicate flower. I just want people to know I'm still here. I'm still part of the team. Okay. And, you know, in between that, there were many, 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 many other little lies. She claimed that she had been abused. She had many stories of abuse. It turns out that she actually took those stories from her wife, who was a victim of abuse. So her wife, ex-wife, Jennifer Bayer, through a little bit of sleuthing, was the one who first found out that Elizabeth Finch was a Weasley little liar dude. And so she confronted her. This is her wife. She confronted her and she was like, you need to come clean to people that you've been lying to them about really horrific things for 10 years. Saying that you have bone cancer, showing up to the office or showing up to work with a shaved head, yellowing, peeling skin, like using a cane to get around, telling people that your brother died by suicide when he's fully alive and is a doctor in Florida, telling people that you had to clean the remains of your friend off the synagogue, off the Tree of Life synagogue. Are you fucking kidding? So Elizabeth kind of didn't do what her wife requested, did not come clean to people. So her wife went to Shonda Rhimes. She went to Disney and she said, my wife is a fucking liar. She contacted them herself and she was like, this woman is a fucking liar. How did her wife not know? Elizabeth is somebody who is obviously, she's obviously a pathological liar and she was good at it. And so she was probably able to keep her work and her personal life very separate. Because it seems as if these lies that she told were told to people in the industry, people that she worked with. All right. So all of this starts coming out in March. And I start seeing tweets from people who know her, who have worked with her, being like, what the fuck is going on? These are people who had like, they would put together They would put together like meal delivery groups to help her out. These were people who would like routinely email and message her and let her know that, you know, if there was anything that she needed, that they were there for her and yada yada. This woman, Elizabeth Finch, would take breaks at work to go vomit. She would only eat saltines. She appeared on panels. She wrote articles about these horrific experiences that she supposedly had. So, in this interview that just dropped today, she explains that the reason for the lying is that it was a coping mechanism for the alleged trauma she'd experienced in the past. Claiming that her brother had physically abused her growing up. That's what she's blaming this on. She's also pointing to the incident that started this all when she was 34, and it's when she had knee surgery. She had a hiking accident and she fucked her knee up. She ended up having surgery. She said that her friends took really great care of her because she really needed help getting around, that her support system was super strong. But, you know, months go by. There's only so much that people can do when you've had a fucking knee injury, right? It's like, okay, at some point, life kind of goes back to normal. And she said that she was so devastated that the attention started to dry up, that she realized she needed something else. So that's where the bone cancer came from. Was this woman... Here's the thing, though, okay? The reason I'm talking about this is because after all is said and done, this strange gif. After all is said and done, even though she is saying, like, I'm so sorry I lied, there's no excuse, blah, 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 she is still not taking responsibility for it. And the way that this article reads is like, this is part of her comeback. This is part of her redemptive arc. And she's literally, at the end of this article, is saying that she would love to be hired on Handmaid's Tale. And it's so crazy because it's like, this was not a woman who lied to get a job. She already was successful. She already had amazing opportunities. This was a fucking woman who lied for attention. Who lied so that people would feel badly for her. I mean, look, yeah. Explains what made her do it. It's crazy. And it's just like, I don't know, I'm so sick and tired of reading kind of puff pieces on people. And when she, like, over and over again in this article, she talks about how people just cut her off, and like it was as if an email went out telling everybody to just not talk to me anymore. It's like, no, you psycho bitch. It's because people found out that you had been lying about crazy stuff for 10 years. And that she would appear on disability panels taking the spot of somebody who's actually disabled. Like, it's not just that she lied, it's that she took opportunities from people. She took up space, on publications who published her work that could have gone to people who actually had those experiences. It's so wild. It's so wild to me that this happened for so long. And I have to wonder if there were people who looked at her and they were like, damn, a lot of really bad stuff seems to happen to her over and over again. Huh, she has bone cancer and breast cancer? Wow. Her brother died by suicide? Damn. She knew one of the 11 people who died at the Tree of Life synagogue, and the FBI let her scrape their body parts off of the synagogue? My God. How did she fake losing part of her leg? She would use a cane. Watch her sell her story as a screenplay. Okay, here's the fucking thing, right? There's a part of me that's like, there is going to be a mini series on this woman. Because there is nothing that Hollywood loves more than a story like this, than like a white lady who got away with lying and doing the craziest shit for years. Guarantee you somebody is already working on a pitch. Somebody is already working on a pitch for this story. And it's like this woman Elizabeth Finch enacted so much emotional damage on the people around her. The fact that she thinks that she's going to have her comeback now. Right? Because here's the thing. You spend years telling the people around you, sending out emails like updates, right? These are people who have shouldered emotional baggage because of being close to you, as you know, being close to somebody who is experiencing so much heartbreak. Like that is something that is difficult for someone's loved ones to deal with. Go get help for your clear mental illness, because here's the thing. She doesn't think that she's a pathological liar. She does not think that she does not think she has a mental illness. She does not think that she is a narcissistic pathological liar. She, in this entire fucking article on her, reiterates that the reason she started lying is because it was a response to the trauma that she had endured. And it's just like, oh my God, man. It hurts the conversation. It hurts the actual people who have experienced trauma. And I know a lot of us have experienced trauma, but it really hurts the conversation when you have people like this writer who use that as the excuse as to why she lied the way she lied for years. It's crazy. It really is. And that she's still it's like she's sitting here with it's been 8 months since she was first put on leave from Grey's Anatomy, when all of this started to come to the surface, and she's still talking about how she was cut. Like, she's still like acting surprised that she was cut off so quickly. And all her colleagues who've been reading this today, her former colleagues and people who are friends with her, are tweeting being like, are you fucking kidding me? You narcissistic psychopath. She apparently would take off Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for chemo. She would have a friend drive her to chemo and sit outside in the car while she got chemo done, when she would in reality just be hanging out. Like, everyone was scared that when they saw her, it would be the last time that they saw her because of how deathly ill she looked. and how often she would reiterate like, this could be it for me. This is crazy. Our whole writers room spent, this is a writer on Twitter who was friends with her and is tweeting about all this in response to the article dropping. It's like our whole room spent hours just talking about how terrified we were that she would die. My boss openly cried. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, right? This is like real trauma that she inflicted on people around her. And instead, she's trying to brush it all under the rug by being like, I know what I did was wrong. There's no getting around that, period. But I did it because I myself was traumatized. And the inciting incident was after my knee surgery when my friends took great care of me. But eventually, that kind of started to go away. And I was sad. I don't think people realize how much damage it does when they find out that someone close to them has been not only lying for years, but lying about really insane things. Can you fucking imagine? How did she yellow her skin? I don't know. Maybe she should have been a makeup artist rather than a writer. Lying about, like, it'd be one thing if she were just lying about bone cancer, right? If she were just like, which is crazy, insane, lying about bone cancer and then dressing herself up to look like she were dying from bone cancer, but everything else on top of it. Lying about everything. And that's the thing, right? It's like pathological liars oftentimes will not admit that they are pathological liars.
Hey, thanks for being you. You're great.
Oh, hey, Bluefire132, thanks for the 2 months. And they try to blame it on other things. Yeah, so everyone who knew her is so pissed. They're like, "Are you kidding me?" Her big tell-all is that I did this because my friends eventually went quiet after I had my knee surgery and was recovering like 7 months later. Nuts. Like, she finally speaks out about this whole experience and she talks about how difficult it was for her. Crazy. An emotional vampire. That's actually a great phrase. Emotional vampire. Somebody who just sucks up all the emotions that they can. All I know is it's not as dramatic as Hassan running his ad break right before Game of the Year. That's true. Yeah. This flute guy. I love flute guy. Flute guy from the Game Award. So dope. Flute guy went so hard. Yep. Here she is. Like, Elizabeth Finch. Ensuring authentic disability representation in the entertainment industry. And shit like this is so damaging because it just makes you wonder about other people, right? Like, I've had friends before. Listen, I do believe that there are some people who have bad luck. There are also some people who just, I don't know, remember bad things that have happened to them and recount those stories. But then it's like there are some people in my life who I go, you seem to have an inordinate amount of crazy shit happen. Things that you wouldn't question until you read stories like this about this bitch. And you're like, huh. 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 Yeah, it's really sad when you recognize that there are people in your life who are pathological liars. And it's one thing if we all tell little lies, right? It's actually a way of it's a way of being human. Telling little lies, right? Oh, what'd you think of this? Oh, it was great. Loved it. Like, we all lie. But people who are pathological liars tend to be, I think it's like a symptom of extreme narcissism, the narcissistic personality disorder, which can be one of the most difficult things to be around. I know someone who faked having HIV to the point of fabricating paperwork and test results to give to multiple doctors. They got so much medication. That is crazy. That's nuts. Broke up with me by telling me she had cancer. Yeah, wow. So a friend of mine recently reminds me of Casey Anthony. Funny enough, I was also going to talk about Casey Anthony tonight. He's a college dropout doctor, was working security at a military base in medical school, working at a pizza spot as a manager. Yeah, it's crazy. So I had a friend recently who told me this really crazy story. So when she was, I think it was about 5 years ago, she was diagnosed with throat cancer. And so she has this huge scar that she got from surgery. And it's something that was very difficult for her, not only having to go through that, but because she said she lost a lot of friends. Like, I know that seems nonsensical, but sometimes people react weirdly to things. So she said that she didn't have support from friends and blah, blah, blah. So it's something that's been very difficult for her to come to terms with. So there was this kid who used to come into the clubs, and he's very nice, very wealthy, very sweet. And over the pandemic, he a few times before the pandemic had started, he had hung out with this friend of mine and another guy from the club, and like they'd go to dinner, they'd hang out as friends, yada yada. The pandemic happens, and one day this guy reaches out to my friend, and he's like, "How are you?" Blah blah blah. She's like, "Oh, I'm as good as you can be." And at this point, she was living down in the OC with her parents because of the pandemic. And so guy tells her that he has cancer. And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And he said he's having a really hard time with it. And he doesn't have a lot of friends who are supporting him. And my friend who had to go through the same fucking thing felt very empathetic for him and was like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, I have to go. I'm actually getting chemo at the hospital, which I'm not going to name it, but he's like, I think that's around where you live. And she's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "If you'd like to get lunch one day, I would love to get lunch with you. I'm so bored because I kind of have to stay down there all day." And in her mind, she always thought to herself, why would he drive an hour and a half, go to this hospital when there were hospitals much closer that were great? Okay. So he he drives down once a week and they start having lunch. It becomes like a little bit of a routine. He would drive down for his chemo. They would have lunch, yada yada. So this continues, keeps going for quite some time. And one day he messages her. Doesn't chemo suppress your appetite? That was something else that she thought, because she was somebody who'd gone through chemo. She thought it was weird. She thought it was weird because when she went through chemo, she was sick as hell. But, you know, whatever. So one day she gets a message from him and he tells her that he's suicidal, that he's like, can't take it anymore. He's gonna disappear. And all these other scary things. So no. They did not have sex. No, it never went. She had a boyfriend the whole time. And so she gets really nervous about this, and he hangs up and she tries to call him back and she can't get a hold of him. And so she ends up finding his sister on Instagram. Finds his sister on Instagram and is like, hey, I know you don't know me, but I'm really good friends with blah, blah, blah. I'm very worried about him. Can you please call me? And she gets a message back from the sisters and is like, what are you talking about? She's like, please, I'm worried. He told me he was thinking about hurting himself. And I know he's going through a lot because of the cancer. Please just give me a call. Gets a call. The sister. And the sister goes, what the fuck are you talking about? And my friend is like, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find out where he is. I'm scared. I'm worried for him. I'm thinking that the cancer's so hard on him that's why he's going through this. And sister goes, again, what the fuck are you talking about? He doesn't have cancer. Who are you? She thought that my friend was pranking her or something. My friend's like, no, he does. I was getting lunch with him once a week after chemo. She was like, no, I think I would know if my brother has fucking cancer and he's fine. And then suddenly the background, she can hear the mom start yelling and saying, do not fucking say one more thing. And it turned out that the brother was there. He was there. And the mom essentially realized what was going on and was like, do not say another word. Sounds like that movie, yeah. So it turns out that he was a real big liar. A real big liar. And because his family had like political ties and they're very wealthy, and so the parents I think started freaking out that my friend would pursue charges against them, that she would file a suit. And so that's why they were like, don't say another fucking word. Shut the hell up. And yes, it was Hunter Biden. This is all about Hunter Biden's laptop. So my friend was obviously very disturbed, very distressed, very traumatized by the whole thing, because here was someone that she really related to, that she felt like she could empathize with, because she had gone through something similar. And so her parents were like, what do you want to do? Like, I just want to forget about this whole fucking thing. Like, I just never want to talk to him again. I never want to see him again. I want to move on. And so one day she's getting back from, and running some errands, and she pulls into the neighborhood where her parents live, and she sees his car. She sees him lurking in his car in her parents' neighborhood. And she had never told him where she lived. He had never like been to the house. And so she freaked out and she drove away before you could see her, called her parents, and I think they called the police. He was gone by then. They filed a restraining order. Just fucking crazy. Crazy shit. And that was it. But the problem was that once the pandemic, once things started to open up in Los Angeles, she was working at the clubs, and one night he came in, and I didn't know anything about this. And everybody really likes him because he's a really nice young kid. He's very generous. And she gets this look on her face and immediately darts to the other side of the club. And I was like, what is going on? She goes, I have the craziest fucking story to tell you. Proceeded to tell me the whole story. I'm sure I forgot some details. And I was just like, she's like, I have a restraining order against him. And I was like, well, what do you want to do? I mean, why don't you say something? Like, you shouldn't have to deal with him coming into the club. And she's like, I know it's going to be a huge issue. It's going to be a huge issue. And she goes, honestly, at the end of the day, I feel bad for him. I know he's a kid that has more money than God. I know that he has everything in the world that he wants. She's like, but I think he is very lonely. And I was like, yeah, I understand that. He still did a really fucking crazy thing. But yes, I do understand, because she's like, I never felt like he was going to do something bad to me. She's like, it's just, I am re-traumatized by my own experience going through cancer for real and chemotherapy and losing my friends and being all alone. Sounds like a banger plot to a slow burn thriller. Yeah, I'm sure there's a movie out there starring, like, I don't know, Dennis Quaid. He could have just said he wanted to be her friend, and the thing is that they were friends, right? He's a nice guy. I've met him. I've talked to him before I knew this story. I liked him. But it's this idea of being emotional vampires, right? Where you are so desperate for human connection, for people to I don't know, for people to give you attention that you so crave, that in some cases you might end up doing something really nuts, like pretending you have fucking cancer. What does Will say about not following through on your ideas? It's called spiritus mundus. It means that you are gifted an idea, and if you do not take that idea and say thank you to the idea god and do something with that idea, they will take it back from you. I had a weird friend turn stalker like that. He'd leave a rose in my car every Valentine's Day. That dude was fun as a friend and never felt in danger. So weird. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah. I don't know. It's real nuts. But it happens, and it happens more often than you think. I'm not saying everybody out here is lying about having cancer, but there are people who are doing things to feel special, right? To feel like they deserve to have everything. Emotional vamps. Yeah, So anyway. Anywho, that is the story of Elizabeth, not Elizabeth Finch, who does not realize the trauma that she inflicted on a lot of people around her, and just had an entire article come out to I don't know, assist with her comeback. You have a juicy question for me? Is it true that IG models escort? What's up with that? Yes. Some of them do. I think the craziest thing was when I realized how many girls I knew were on Seeking Arrangements when I first moved out to LA. Like constantly, it'd be like girls who'd come in the club. They had a million followers on Instagram. Like, oh, so glamorous. They have so many followers. Their life seems so awesome. And not that your life can't be all those things if you're doing sex work, but it was always a bit of a, oh, okay. So they're not just living this life making all this money off of being, actresses and models. Yes, of course, sex work is real work. But I think there were also, what was interesting is how many friends I had who would go on Seeking Arrangements and do sex work like that, like through platforms like that, and not consider it sex work. Which is wild to me. I was like, what would you call it? I think Seeking Arrangements, I think OnlyFans, I think other stuff like this kind of gave people an opportunity to do sex work without thinking it was sex work. Hmm. Yeah. I think what happens in many instances, I'm a grad student and I've always wondered if I could make some selling pics of my little piggies. Probably. I think what happens in many instances is that people move out to LA. They move out here to pursue a dream. Whatever that dream is. And they get caught up in the lifestyle of Los Angeles. And so the joke, like, does anybody in LA work? I understand why people think that, because if you look at like a narrow picture of people in Los Angeles, it genuinely seems like a lot of people just are vibing and not working. I totally get that. My friends would ask me that all the time, like, does anybody work? And I will say I get many texts from friends on a Tuesday afternoon being like, who wants to lay out? Obviously it's winter now, but I think what happens is that people, girls move out here. They're often very young, 18, 19, 20. And they realize that they can't have the lifestyle they want or the vibes that they want if they don't make some money. And that's how a lot of them so easily would fall into, oh, wow, this old guy will give me $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, will buy me nice things. Like, everyone else is doing it. Like, all these other girls are doing it. Okay, cool. Like, tit for tat type thing. But not wanting to acknowledge that what they are doing is sex work. It's definitely the stigma of like, oh, no, I didn't move out to Los Angeles. I'm not a sex worker. I'm just making money. I just have money on the side. Like, I just have somebody who wants to take care of me. And then, unfortunately, a lot of people, if they can't get it together, if they can't find a job that can sustain them, they burn out. I've seen so many people burn out in the city. Most uh most people do gig work. Yeah, I mean, if you're an actor, of course you're doing gig work, but you're doing like 5 different jobs. It's a real hustle out here if you want to be in the industry. I mean, even if you're a fucking assistant. When I was working at Sony, oh my God. All the assistants around me, everyone was supported by their parents. Everyone. It was impossible. Would have been impossible to survive otherwise. That's why I always had 3 jobs. 2 to 3 jobs. I worked at the club and then I worked during the day. What does burnout in LA look like? It can look like different things. You know what's funny is that Will and I actually watched a movie last night. It's an Aaron Benson and Justin Moorhead movie, which we're huge fans of those guys. They did The Endless, they did Synchronicity. They're just great low budget indie sci-fi filmmakers. And I was looking at Justin Benson, Aaron Moorhead. Justin Benson's character in the movie, it's called Something in the Dirt. They filmed it during COVID. He is what burnout can look like on a dude in Los Angeles. His whole character, I was like, oh my God. The number of bartender friends I have, and he plays a bartender in the movie, who look exactly like this. But burnout can look, it can look a few different ways. But it all has the same result. In that you basically give up. Can I ask a bit of a controversial topic related to Hollywood? With all the stuff that happened with Harvey and such, I always wonder, wouldn't it be a red flag if a director or producer asked you to meet them at a hotel? If my boss said, you want a promotion, we need to go discuss at a hotel, I'd be like, no, that part of the industry. If you are meeting with people who are high up enough, it can be. Now, if they say you need to come up to my hotel room, that's... Yeah, but I've met with people at hotels, not like in the room, but meeting at there's a bar or a cafe. You meet at restaurants. Pretty new here, but thanks for answering my questions. Been enjoying this. You're welcome. Now, Harvey was like the secret that wasn't a secret. And he wasn't the only one who was like that. He was just the biggest and the baddest. Would you still want to live in LA if it wasn't for the industry? My partner and I want to move out there, but we don't care about being in the film industry. I think so. I don't know. That's hard to answer because I feel kind of biased at this point. I've been out here for 6.5 years. I really love my life out here. I love the weather. I don't think that I could go back to... I don't think I could go back to the East Coast or the Midwest. I mean, go back to the Midwest or go to the East Coast where Will's from. I don't think I could do it. I love California. I mean, I always wanted to live in New York. New York was the other place on my bucket list that I wanted to do. I don't know. That's a hard. It's hard for me to answer though because I've been here for so long, and I just feel like I have, I've laid down roots. I am from Chi-Town, baby. But yeah, I'm big on the weather here. Okay, last thing I wanted to talk about before we move on. I'm actually talk about this. I wanted to cover the Casey Anthony stuff. Because there are now many people on TikTok who are pro Casey Anthony. There's like a whole trend on TikTok that Casey Anthony is innocent, and it's because of the documentary that came out on Peacock, which you would have thought Casey Anthony made herself. This is literally what you were talking about.
So,
Oh yeah. I'll play this. Okay, so Casey Anthony, this was honestly like the O.J. Simpson case of the 2000s. So this was in 2011. Yes. The trial was in 2011. I'm wondering if I cover this now, if I do a brief, because I kind of wanted to do a longer story on it, because I think that this speaks to a larger issue on the problem I have with true crime being entertainment. The problem that can happen now where something is either redone, something is like the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix show. How many fucking people on TikTok were salivating over it? Just like kind of it being something that should not have been put out into the public stratosphere for people to see and to comment on. And so it's like there's this resurgence of, because true crime is so popular and it is a humongously successful industry and a lot of people are making a lot of money off of it. They're doing an entire monster universe because of the success of the Jeffrey Dahmer show. So Casey Anthony, which again was there's so many things about this case, but one that has always been apparent is that she benefited from being white, being a woman, being pretty. I mean, once again, we have to see comments on TikToks about how hot she is. Oh my God. And she benefited largely from the fact that the prosecution sought the death penalty on her. And this is why she was acquitted. A lot of people might look at it as like, oh, well, she was acquitted because she was innocent. And it's like, no, because the prosecution decided to pursue the death penalty on a pretty white woman who claimed that her pretty little daughter had drowned. No way in hell was a jury in 2011, I mean, not even today, would they have convicted a woman to death who looked like Casey Anthony? No. So Peacock irresponsibly has come out with a 3-hour documentary where Casey Anthony finally gets to tell her side of the story. But the documentary is presented almost like a dating reel with weird shots of her walking around with like the fall leaves fluttering around her. I thought they sought murder charges. No, they were seeking the death penalty. They refused to drop the death penalty. All right, let's get into this. Because now Rosie O'Donnell is on TikTok being like, you know what? After watching the documentary, she's innocent. Are we deep diving this? I was going to deep dive I was going to do the Marcia Clark investigation. Let me see this one though. So Marcia Clark did the first 48, an episode on A&E. Wasn't Rosie O'Donnell the one constantly going on TV? No, that was Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace, for all her pitfalls, Nancy Grace from the beginning called out Casey Anthony for who she was. She's the one who nicknamed her Tot Mom. Okay. I mean, there's so many insane things about this case, and it's unbelievable that because a documentary came out on Peacock, you have people, including Rosie O'Donnell, taking to TikTok and proclaiming that Casey Anthony really was innocent. And this is why, like, we need to be responsible. We need to be really responsible with the kind of true crime content that is being produced, because it can have an effect. It can have an effect on things. She's so obviously guilty. My God, between the chloroform in the car, the grandmother saying that Casey's car smelled like a dead body, the fact that she didn't report her daughter missing for 31 days and in that time was partying, the fact that her boyfriend at the time said that he would not marry her because he didn't want to have a kid, and so that she got a tattoo that said like freedom 2 days after Kaylee was killed. There's just so, I mean, the Google searches. She literally Googled like ways to suffocate. She made up this Afro-Latina nanny and blamed it on her. I mean, it's yes, the fake nanny, yeah. That supposedly abducted her child. And so I refuse to watch this documentary. I will not watch this documentary, but she's now blaming her father and saying that her father and her brother sexually abused her when she was younger. And that's why she did whatever her father wanted her to do. She didn't even delete her search history. No, of course not. The fake job at Universal. She derailed the investigators. She derailed the detective's investigation so many times and would laugh about it. She took him to Universal claiming that she had worked there. And then she's like, yeah, I actually don't work here. I mean, you wouldn't believe the privilege that this woman had over and over and over and over again. What was the verdict on it? She was acquitted. She was acquitted, except she was charged for lying to police. She was given 4 years for that, but because she served a couple years in prison as this all was unfolding, she got out after like a year and a half. And so, originally she had claimed that it was, her daughter drowned. And now she's just blaming her father. In the documentary, her side of the story, she's blaming her dad, saying it was him because he sexually abused both her and her daughter. Once again, name of the game is pathological lying. All right, let's watch this. This is kind of long. It's like an hour and something. But it's good. It's not long enough. All right, fuck it. Is still special events. Thanks. Let me let me change that real quick. Oops. This is yeah, people click on this thinking it's going to be, I don't know, the Game Awards, even though that's over. How do I, there should be a category called refuting people's bullshit. All right. Paul Tonka. Sorry, did not want that music playing while this story is going on. Small Tonka, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. The timing was, I was like, oh my god, I have to pause this. I have to pause this. Small Tonka, thank you. Thank you so much.
What happened?
We make the decision.
May want to take it off screen at 1750 just to be safe. Okay, I will. Thank you. Thank you so much for those 10 gifted.
We will arrest.
She blamed the nanny. If you don't know, the nanny never existed. She literally made up this Afro-Latina nanny that she called Zanny the nanny. And the theory is that Kaylee died because Casey regularly would give her Xanax to like subdue her. And we did until Peacock decided to make a documentary that featured Casey front and center telling her side of the story. And now you have all these people on TikTok, including Rosie fucking O'Donnell, who think that she's innocent. Of course, dogs can be wrong, right? Eyewitnesses can be wrong. Like most things can be wrong. He's just straight up saying that it never happened. He's like, no, that didn't happen. She's like, yes, it was included in the testimony. Yes. Documentary Point the Finger at George. Yes, because it's Casey's telling of the story. It's a documentary from the point of view of Casey. Yep. And she straight up, after all these years, her story now is that her dad killed Haley, and because she was so abused by her father, she was trained to just lie for him and go along with whatever he wanted. No, the story was not that he killed Haley. The story initially, yes, the defense mentioned briefly that he abused Casey and then never brought it up again. But the story was that Haley accidentally drowned and George covered up the body. And now Casey Anthony is saying that not only did George abuse her, he also abused her daughter, Kaylee, and he killed Kaylee. It's hideous. It's disgusting. I just want to say real quick, this club looks like it sucks. Oh, Dan, I just saw what you wrote. This club looks shitty. Okay, I'm just gonna, as somebody who's worked in clubs and and been to a lot of clubs, I like to think that I'm an expert. This looks like a DMV. Okay? Who the fuck would even want to go here had you not murdered your daughter? Okay, 12010, 12040. Okay. That is the end of the Marsha Clark A&E investigation. Just to remind us that Casey Anthony is a monster who killed her daughter. And so despite this documentary coming out, and despite people taking to Twitter or to TikTok to proclaim their belief that Casey Anthony is innocent. It's just not fucking true. And this is where true crime has a responsibility, right? True crime in the last decade has gotten out of fucking control. There was an element of that with if you ever watched The Staircase, like the family of Kathleen Peterson was very upset with how The Staircase went about. So, you know, we're just seeing a lot of instances of true crime not being handled correctly. And it's because true crime has now become synonymous with entertainment. Peacock absolutely knew what they were doing, putting out that doc. And here is Rosie O'Donnell. There's a hashtag. Oh, there's a hashtag on TikTok, Casey Anthony, and everyone's weighing in, including Rosie.
So, I'm in my car, and I'm thinking about Casey Anthony. I watched that whole documentary. So, I'm in my car.
Oh shit! Hold on.
And I do. I'm thinking about Casey Anthony. I watched that whole documentary, and I believe her father did it. I do. Now, when I started watching that documentary, I thought there's no way in hell that this girl is innocent. And I changed my mind. Listen,
you
it
could
kinda
just
made
say
sense to me,
nothing.
what she was saying. And I believed her. And everyone said she was a great mom. I don't know. I know this is going to be a controversial opinion because I went on, you know, when I first was started watching it, I made a TikTok last night and I was like, you know, come on, who's she kidding? And everybody was agreeing with me saying, yeah, she's guilty. I would never watch that. She's making money on that. But what an amazing, amazing documentary. Truly one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. It was riveting. And I think it might change people's opinions.
Yeah, never
If
film
you
a
can go
statement
in
on
with an open mind, because believe me, the way they structured the documentary, you're having questions. You're going 30 days, 31 days, a 2-year-old baby? Come on. But a 2-year-old baby, and if the father was as mental as he seems to be, and as abusive as he was to the whole family, I don't know. I don't know. I really want to talk to the woman who directed that film. That's who I'd like to do on my podcast. My podcast starts like in February. And that's the interview I really want to do. Not Casey Anthony, because I don't think she does interviews like that, number one. And number two, I want to talk to the director. I want to understand.
Yeah, just a
what compelled her to tell this story and
podcast plug.
How she put it together. I don't know. Leave your message. Tell me what you think. But please watch the documentary before you comment. Everybody says, oh, she was guilty. That's what everyone says, right? Before you watch it. Then you watch it and you go, ho, ho, ho. What? What?
Because the documentary is from
Leave me a
Casey's
message.
point of
TikTok, you don't
view.
stop. What's your opinion?
Good God, man. How can you be so fucking stupid? God, there's so many TikToks. How can you, how truly, it's just,
So
no,
I'm
please
in my
don't. I
car.
don't need to watch this again. Please. But this is fucking happening every time. Every time we have a new true crime thing come out, people be on TikTok. People be on fucking.
I'm going to address this comment. Okay.
Oh my God. I mean,
After watching Casey Anthony's documentary, episode 1, let me give you all the information to help you form a conspiracy theory for why it wasn't in fact her. So Casey Anthony's
see,
dad.
that's what it is. It's like everybody wants a conspiracy theory. Like obviously this guy is making fun of these people. But it's like people want things to be the opposite of what they are. It's this need. Oh God, the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's this need to believe that the truth of something is actually the opposite. And it's everything from politics to true crime cases to just like somebody says something and you just need to believe that that's actually not true and that the opposite is true. We are literally yes, we are broken. Mhm. They want to feel special, like they know something that others don't. I think so. I think that there are people who I don't know. I think they need to believe that they are different. This is a way to be different, right? For them to have the capability to think for themselves and not just based on what the masses think. It's like the whole red pill thing that the that the right wing has hijacked. This belief that most people out there are sheep, are just believing what they're told. And it's the real ones who know what's up, brother. I'd rather them believe they have the secret knowledge on Casey Anthony rather than right-wing QAnon. Sure, I mean, yes, of course, like, thinking that Casey Anthony is innocent is a different level than, like, people going around believing that our politicians are running a pedophilic cabal and are secretly lizard people and are gonna kill our children. These are different things. But they still, like, ironically, even though both Casey Anthony is innocent believers and you know, conspiracy QAnoners, they, even though they think that they are, like, not falling for the lies, like they're seeing beyond the lies. It's like, no, all they're doing is listening to someone spout some bullshit and then falling into that trap. That's the irony of it. These are really the people who do believe the lies that they are told. I mean, these are people who watched a fucking documentary that has Casey Anthony, like you know, on a photo shoot like she'd have for a dating profile. and listened to her lie. And went, wow, that's the truth. And I'm not afraid to say it. I don't know. And now everybody has a platform to say what they believe. Everybody has a platform. Everyone has a platform to just act the way they want to act and say what they want to say. To be fair, I think most people out there are easily persuaded by a well-produced documentary, even if the information presented is false. True. It's very damning to know that, like, I'm sure there are people who knew the Casey Anthony story and then watched the doc and went, whoa, this is different. But there's people who, like, don't know the other side of everything and only watch the doc and then made their decision on that. And that to me is always worrisome, right? Like, you should never see or read one piece of, either literature, film, like whatever it is, and then decide that that's the absolute truth. I think even if something is not, if the intention is not nefarious, if it's not a documentary that's like aiming at brainwashing people, you should still always consider that there is implicit bias by the filmmakers. Unless it's Passion of the Christ, brother. Yes, that's true. But this is something that's always important to keep in mind. When you see something trending on Twitter, have another source. Find another source that can verify it, right? Like, just always ABR, always be researching. Don't just jump on something because you saw one thing. Out of all streaming services, they watch Peacock docs. I mean, there's a reason that it ended up on Peacock, right? There's a reason this documentary is not on Netflix, not on Hulu, not on HBO Max. It's on fucking Peacock. I think it's about time OJ Simpson's given a platform. Here. Peacock. Literally, who's watching Peacock? Rosie O'Donnell. That's who's watching Peacock. I don't know. It's just like, insane to watch. It's insane to watch people believe things that are such obvious lies. It's very concerning. I mean, especially people who like legitimately believe them. Like all the people in the Hunter Biden's laptop around. I go, come on. No, these Fox News pundits don't believe the bullshit, like all the bullshit that's coming out of their mouth that their viewers. You want to see his hog? I feel like it's probably big. God, who fucking cares about Hunter Biden's laptop? This is like, I mean, A lot of people do. It is the chew toy that the right wing will never let go of. They will never let go of. And honestly, Twitter, they fucked up when they blocked the story in 2020. When they blocked the New York Post story, they fucked up because they made smoke where there was they created fire where there was not even smoke. But this guy is fucking hilarious.
So we all know they want to distract us from the fact that Hunter Biden's laptop is the single biggest threat to our democracy.
True.
So the next time they try to distract you from that fact, all you got to say is Hunter Biden's laptop. Distractions like asking what the Republicans are doing to help with inflation. Hunter Biden's laptop. Why is the former but somehow still current president having dinner with known anti-Semites? Hunter Biden's laptop. Questions like, why was 6 afraid of 7? Well, that's because 7, 8, 9. And the real question is, what did the number 9 know that 7 didn't want to get out? Obviously, it was Hunter Biden's laptop. It's such a threat that all they do is talk about it instead of releasing actual evidence. Hunter Biden's laptop.
When the pigs try to get at you.
Hunter Biden's laptop. When you walk in the door at 4 a.m. and she says, where have you been all night? And why do you smell like another woman? Hunter Biden's laptop. I'm in the glove box. When Kanye starts sounding like a white supremacist Matthew McConaughey. Alt-right, alt-right, alt-right. Hunter Biden's laptop. I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to Hunter Biden's laptop.
I mean, it's like so watching Elon Musk and Matt Taibbi, like Elon Musk, dude, every day this guy makes me just die of secondhand cringe. Oh yeah, no, that was a joke. That TikTok was a joke. But it's like we're still fucking talking about this, and so many people out there believe that it's real. They're like Hunter Biden's laptop. When you say anything, like I have friends who aren't even friends, like people I know, who are not even Trump people necessarily, but it's like, if we ever have discussions about politics, yeah, but wasn't Joe Biden's son, wasn't Joe Biden like involved in just as bad as stuff? And I'm like, oh my God, dude, the disinformation. I cannot. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm distracted by how I got distracted by this gorgeous face. Wow. Wowee. Not to be a simp. So gorge. Sorry for the distraction. I was on Twitter and this popped up. I was like, whoa, baby. Some foxy mamas. Respectfully, I simp. You guys, I'm excited. I'm not going to game tonight because we have to get up tomorrow for rehearsal for this QVC type thing. But I'm excited. I'm excited that we watched the Game Awards and all of these cool games that are coming out that won awards. I'm in it now. I don't have to feel bad about gaming because it is part of my job. I'm going to be the 30-year-old who gets into gaming for the first time in 20 years. Oh, I forgot about this. Speaking of, this is when I was gaming last night.
It's okay. I'll protect you.
This happens? If I had $1 for every time this happens.
Like a ghost.
Oh shit, I forgot about this. Where am I going?
So freaked out. It's okay. I'll protect you. Oh my god, your voice sounded like a ghost.
This dude, as I'm gaming, and I'm new to gaming, so I am very focused. Not that if you're not new to gaming, you're not focused, but he says my name, and it sounds like it's coming from my headphones. All I hear is Caroline. Like, he doesn't say it like, hey, Caroline. He goes, Caroline. And it literally sounded like it was coming from the game. Yes, and he does this where he just stands. He just stands behind me. Like this. Like. Oh, I just saw that you banned that person. Were they being disrespectful, or were they just asking a question that they don't know? They don't know as I'm showing a clip that. No, I cannot go on an e-date. If that person wasn't being disrespectful, can you unban them? They might just not know. They might not know. They might not know that the screaming that I hear coming from 2 walls behind me. Thank you. Yeah, they were shooting their shot. E-dating. You know that it took me, I thought they spelled date wrong. I thought there was some dyslexia there because I don't know what an e-date is. I was like, It's funny that sometimes I get messages in my DMs, and they're always very respectful. People being like, hey, before the world ends, or like, hey, do you want to go get a cup of coffee, or do you want to? And I guess I like have to keep in mind, I go, you know what? I'm going to be having people who follow me, watch my stuff, who maybe just don't know. Those are all your alts. Can't believe you still have DMs open because sometimes they're important. You want to know something funny? I actually got a DM today. Somebody said, I think you're on the window at my dentist. Yeah, I'm like, maybe they're not asking for my number, but for Will's. Remember I told you that I did this one shoot for stock images when I first moved here? Got paid nothing. And then they did freaky things on my face. And now this image of me is everywhere. Still. This was 6.5 years ago. 6.5 years ago, and it's still popping up. I look like I'm from Body Snatchers. Good night, Rusty. Thanks for hanging. This is on the wall, like the wall of the dentist office. I'm like, great. Oh, I missed something in the game. Okay, I'll take a look. Nice smile. I was like, well, can I wouldn't mind having my teeth look this nice again. I go, but everything else is freaky. There's one at the mall near my house. Are you joking? Are you kidding? I will get messages from people that I haven't talked to in years, and they're like, "Hey, is this you? I'm on the subway." They were like, "I was on the subway earlier, and there was this photo. Kind of looked like you, but couldn't really tell." Yeah, you'll see it everywhere. It is still everywhere. 6.5 years later. Mm-hmm. That mean I'm gonna be the next Simulu? I hope so, but I also don't hope I'm ever in a position where I'm defending Marvel as being like truly artistic films and not just the behemoth of Disney having a control over the box office, because films now will not get made if they are not Marvel, or will not get a theatrical run. There are instances where you can just keep your mouth shut. Okay, let's see what did I miss? Come on, dude. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay. What the hell is that? That was scary. Hot take, Shang-Chi was fucking boring. I thought it had some fun. I thought it had some really great action scenes. I thought some of the action was great. Overall, it was okay. I don't love Marvel movies though. I enjoyed watching it, but it's just like how I feel about other Marvel movies. I'm not a Marvel gal. And it's quite concerning that this is just the way of the industry now. Oh yeah, the bus scene was great. Bus scene was awesome. Even though Shang-Chi had Aquafina in it. So let's say I have access to my own version of Netflix and I want to fill it with Lost. What would be some guaranteed thing to put on there you would elsewhere? Oh man, that's a... I would put the movie Possession on there, 1981's Possession with Isabella Adjani and neat. It's hard to... I had a hard time finding that film online. It's not on any streaming services. So if you've never seen that movie, it's incredible. It's a film that I think a lot of horror people who work in the horror industry cite often as one of their favorites, and kind of what inspired them. I gotta think of other ones that would not be... Oh goodness. You know what? I'm one of those people who I am really bad at remembering names of things. I need to commit them to memory more. Like I actually know a lot more music than I think I do, but Will say like, "Oh, do you know this song? Or do you know this artist?" And I'll be like, "No." And then he'll play the song and be like, "Oh, I know this." But I just can't ever remember I can't remember song names. And I can't remember artist names. Bad. What film? It's a film called Possession. It's from 1981. Is that the film with the subway scene? Yes, that is the iconic subway scene. Iconic. Pizza Dominguez out. Thank you for the Prime Gaming. How's Will feeling? He is feeling better, I believe. I think Sear's in town. He's excited to see him. Let me think of some other films off the beaten track, off the beaten path. Stop streaming. Off the beaten path, Netflix type stream. Okay. Come on, dude. I'm going to... Oh, Dan. Thank you for the subs. Also, big shout out to Dan tonight for helping me not get TOS'd. Or for helping me not to violate Twitch's TOS. Dan, thank you for the subs. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being a fabulous mod and helping us with that. Because God knows that's the last thing. That would suck donkey dick. Many thanks, Lord Danithus. Yeah, the subway scene from Possession is quite bold. You guys, I gotta be honest. I'm not gonna get into this right now because I'm popping off, or I'm jumping off. But the New York Times put out their best 10 films of the year. Nope was on it. Everything Everywhere All at Once was not. All I'm gonna say is that I disagree. Not agree. I do not agree. I don't. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. That's my personal opinion. Man, they should strike or something. Yes, I didn't do Wordle today. Not that I've been doing it, but I didn't listen to the daily. I am trying to do my part. You didn't think Nope was a good movie? I thought it was okay. I just was not pleased that Nope made the top 10 list over a film like Everything Ever All at Once. Because Nope was probably, besides Kimmy, one of the most mainstream films on the list. Everything else was not well known to the public. So I'm like, oh, okay, Nope made the list, but Everything Everywhere All at Once, in my opinion, should have been the one. If they were picking like one mainstreamish film, that's the one I would pick. I just loved it. I love that movie though. Alrighty. Tomorrow I